Hi, my name is Pastor Jerry Ingalls from First Baptist Church in Newcastle, Indiana, and we are on a journey together of studying the Bible, one chapter at a time. I'm writing a short devotional thought in every chapter of the Bible, then I'm sharing that with you. Today we're looking at Joshua chapter 21. Verses 41 to 43 summarizes the fulfillment of an old promise, and I quote, "All the cities of the Levites in the midst of the possession of the sons of Israel were 48 cities with their pasture lands. These cities each had its surrounding pasture lands. Thus it was with all these cities. So the Lord gave Israel all the land which he had sworn to give to their fathers, and they possessed it and lived in it." You see, the Levites did not receive an allocation of the promised land, like the rest of the tribes of Israel. But these priest and temple workers still needed homes to live in, places to raise their children, and pasture land to feed their animals. So God spoke to Moses, promising the Levites cities in Numbers 35, verses 1 through 8. Now, it was up to Joshua to ensure that the promise was kept. Under his leadership, all the tribes had their land allocated to them. The 6 refuge cities had been declared. The 48 Levite cities have been selected. And the tabernacle was centralized at that time in Shiloh. Joshua 21 verses 44 to 45 captures this crowning moment's significance to the nation of Israel. And I quote, "And the Lord gave them rest on every side according to all that he had sworn to their fathers. And no one of all their enemies stood before them. The Lord gave all their enemies into their hand. Not one of the good promises which the Lord had made to the house of Israel failed. All came to pass." Wow. God is a promise keeper. While there was much work to do to settle the land, and we know there is much about their future that is not to be envied, God's people stopped at this moment and this place in their history, and they celebrated God's faithfulness to keep his promises to them. Seize the moment and celebrate God's faithfulness to keep his promises to you. And like Joshua, play a part in God's plan by being a promise keeper yourself. Seize the moment.